What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, or if you've never been on my channel, I am Stilo Vino. I do reactions, I do commentary videos, I do everything. But we're gonna do this Drake fighting Irish freestyle. Obviously, it's obviously to LeBron. Who else could it be, right? Who else could it be? Produced by Conductor. It's looking like Damage Control, but Drake, where's the hits? Just drop the hits, drop the R&B, and just circle around this later. You gotta. There's a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Pause when it comes to Drake. After what it transpired after the Kendrick didn't whip your ass for the last year or so. So you got to do a palate cleanser, and you probably can't drop the Party Next Door album because you're in legal battle with UMG, and you're not gonna win that. I mean, all right. Let me just get into the raps.
Yeah,
I don't think he gonna sue, bro. But sue, bro. I don't think he gonna sue. I guess bro would be Lucian Grange in this situation. I don't think Drake is gonna go on with suing him. I think it's just kind of just like, I will press the button, but that's not gonna go well.
the summer is over, I missed it. Barrel was smoking, I kissed it. Fair showed us the renters for Texas, it's unrealistic. Cut him the check, cause I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man. The world fell in love with the gimmicks, even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. Just know the shit is personal to us and it wasn't just business. Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I run up the digits, or when I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness, or when I get my fifth made back cause the color is different. Remember we traded watches, I gave you the Arabic dial, you gave me a numbered edition. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician.
It's not a bad bar. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. I saw people on Twitter saying this was a terrible bar. It's not a bad bar. It's not a bad.
Sure convinced the gang that shit was rooted in love when it isn't. Show me how different we are. There's blessings in juxtaposition. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. Figured we was always gonna be close like ovens and kitchens. I was sadly mistaken, the loyalty wasn't a given. It's all good.
It's not all good. Obviously, it's not all good. It's not all good.
And niggas cry the blues for you saying it wasn't malicious. Talking about we family, well, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever gotta tarnish your public image.
What do you mean by that? Drake, what do you mean by that? Is this because he was singing word for word Man at the Garden at his 40th birthday party? Is that what's going on?
All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings. Niggas wanted trouble, grabbed a shovel and dug up some ditches. Cover my body in dirt, but that wasn't me.
It was you. It was you. Facts. It was you. It was you. It was you. I still love the raps though. It's good raps so far. It's good raps. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna jump ahead and spoil it and say what my favorite bar is, but it's good raps so far.
Body double and we've done dozens of switches. Niggas tried to light the front gate up, it wasn't for Christmas. I said a prayer that morning for Sean and it wasn't religious. It came from a place of desperation and utter submission. Rapping was over for now, it came like a sudden decision.
I did hear that like you cut the beef early because, some gangster shit popped off in Toronto. Your man's got shot. You had to focus on other things. That's what I heard.
I don't give a fuck about you snakes or these other musicians. Niggas started fucking with my family, I'm going to prison. And we all crashing out together, my brother's complicit.
Who put a pipe bomb in your trunk? It wasn't Exhibit. That bar's hard. That's a fire bar.
I'm trying to blow the doors off that bitch when you touch the ignition. But then I gotta remember who made this shit come to fruition. It's me. Who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position? Signal conversations where I hope they got double encryption. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions.
Here's the thing, like you can't change your tune. And this is a loser's mentality about who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position. You were the aggressor. You were like, drop, 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 drop. You was telling that boy, don't duck now, don't back out now. He applies pressure, him being Kendrick. Now you're talking about who's got the most to lose. Obviously, I was going to be there was no winners. You didn't have that tune before. But let's get back into it.
This nigga pulled a rabbit out the hat and y'all love a magician. It's funny to see you all.
He didn't pull no rabbit out the hat. He whipped your ass. That was an old-fashioned ass whooping. I mean, go get me that tree branch. I'm talking one of them 1970s. Go get that switch. Bring it to me. And don't you be hollering while don't you be hollering. You know, it's one of them ass whoopings before Child Protective Services was in all of this. You can't be whipping your kids' ass anymore. They gonna come take your kids. They're gonna take your kids. This type of ass whipping that Kendrick Lamar gave you was before they could take your kids. That's how that wasn't no rabbit out the hat. That was an old-fashioned fisticuffs, put them dukes up, ass whooping.
And hugging and kissing. What are we celebrating? I rent out the club at Edition. Nothing was the same with all you bitches and nothing's forgiven. But next time, bury me in gold. My blood is Egyptian. The Dennis James come out when the vodka is flooding my system. I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction.
And they roasting your ass for that because it seems to be a Meet the Grams rebuttal.
I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission. My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister.
That's a terrible. That is to me your first terrible bar on this record. The oven mitts line wasn't bad. I love the exhibit. I love the exhibit line. You know, I know he's getting fried for a couple other bars, but they weren't bad bars. This right here is your first bad bar in the record.
Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians. Also developed a deep respect for the Muslim religion. I'm staring at my daddy while y'all tell me I wasn't that nigga.
And that also wasn't a good bar. But the majority of this freestyle was good raps.
That's fucking crazy.
Good fucking raps. Here's the problem. Nobody wants to hear this shit from you right now. You can't be on that type of braggadocious type of like, whoa, it's me. I mean, it's like it's a good mix of like, if you're up and you're doing your victory lap and you want to come out like kind of what's the outro on Certified Lover Boy? Let me Certified Lover Boy track list. Show more. The remorse. You can only do that type of combination, that type of reflective record coming off a win. Coming off where you still have, you know, you're coming off really, really bad public press. Like, your reputation is not the best to come out with this type of record. And like, I just don't understand. It's a lot of calculated missteps. I mean, he's working in overtime aggressively to abandon himself from all the graces he's done over his whole career. Like you've done the work, and you're single-handedly within the last, I mean, this is let a real Drake fan tell you, this has been a long time coming of him digging his own grave, because you just don't pop up with the evidence that Kendrick Lamar had whipping your ass for the last 6 months without you kind of assisting him. Like, if you look closely, Drake assisted in that ass whooping. He assisted in his own demise. He essentially dug his own grave. And he tried to get ahead of it on Taylor Made, saying you with young girls and all that, like, because you know it's out there. You know the optics. If you know what the optics are, why are you going to engage on that level? Like, Euphoria is going to go down by Kendrick Lamar. Make no mistake. Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar is going to go down as the most dangerous warning shot of all time. Of all time. How surgical and precise. And he was telling you, let's keep this shit rap. Let's keep this shit cute. And you decided to not take his advice. For whatever reason, I don't know. And we'll never find out, because he's too pussy to do interviews at this point in time. You want to do XQC, you want to do Aiden Ross, you don't want to do a real interviewer. and a real hip hop researcher, excuse me, and interview you and have you. You need almost a therapy session with cameras. You need a therapy session with a good hip hop interviewer, and let you come to your own realizations of how you earn this ass whooping. You've earned this. You know what I mean? You still will be rich, but you're going to be rich at this rate that you're going on right now. You're going to be rich and unrelatable, and you cannot hold your spot of dominance without being relatable. You can't. This is your bread and butter right here. The introspection, these type of records in between album processes, it's been your bread and butter for the last 15 years. If you're losing niggas on this, it's not a good sign. And needless to say, the fall off is happening in real time. It's just gonna take the empire, like Mos Def had said, the empire is buckling and collapsing. It's just gonna take a little while for the rippling effect to trickle down into society, but it's starting to happen. Now it's reversible. Some of this shit is reversible. Some of it isn't. Some of the stains that he left on your reputation will never be removed. We'll always look at you a certain way after that ass whooping. But there are some elements that are still salvageable. You're not facing any legal battles, right? You're not facing any huge scandals, right? Huge scandals that will prevent people from supporting you going forward. People are fickle. The masses are fickle. You just have to return back with a good product, hits, good raps. You'll be back. But you refuse to do that for whatever reason. Is it arrogance? Is it hubris? Don't know. But also the stunt double line, it was you, nigga. You didn't switch the body. He buried you. He showed us the body. He at the pop out. He showed us the body. He showed us the body. Anyways, not a bad freestyle. Good raps. Conductor, good raps. Was it the right move? I don't know. I just don't know. But needless to say, he's very skilled. He's been doing the same shit he's been doing for the last 15 years. It's just he's losing that type of support when it comes to this. You have to pull a rabbit out the hat, nigga. To get over this, yeah, you're gonna have to have a magical run. All right. See Levine as always. I'll be safe. Sweet.